Varamar, it says already that he gets a division by the carbon mincha. It said kol zacher. We said that means that he divides. What do I need to not again to say every male to include a balmum by a chatos? Sheyachal. Oh, I have to add in some words here. 1 second. Rather, it's coming to tell me that a balmum, el balmum meikar, is coming to tell me a balmum that was born like that. Sheyachal, because I could have thought differently. Eini elatam v'nasa balmum. Who was allowed to eat? Someone that started off that he was perfect in his body. It means he didn't have a blemish, so he could have done the service. But something happened. He was in an accident, and now he's a balmum. However, balmum could be karei minayin. How do you know someone that was born with a defect? He's also allowed to divide. He gets a portion. Tamalem kol zacher. So here we have another pasuk by the chatas kol zacher. Tani yidach, I have another price by the yasham kol zacher. It says every male rabis balmum. It's coming to include someone with a blemish. It's a lot of times that it has to include someone with a blemish that he's going to eat from the ila achila. If it's coming to say that he eats or ikvar that I know by the carbon mincha. Ila chaluka. If it's coming to say that he divides or ikvar that I know for the carbon chatas. Ila balmum meikarai. I'm sorry. Ila achila, I know from a different pasuk that says that he, if it's for balm that he divides, that's the carbon mincha. Ila balmum meikarai, that I know from the carbon chatas that he was born with a defect. Harikvar amar, that I know. So it says sheyachal. No, I could have thought differently. Ainli ela balmum kavua. Maybe who's allowed to eat? Only someone that has a blemish that's never leaving. He's allowed to eat and get a portion. Balmum oiver. But someone that is a balmum that's only temporary, I don't know, he's in a cast or something, that's going to heal. Minayin, how do you know that he also eats? Tamalem kol zacher. Comes to tell me kol zacher. Gemara asks, klapilaya. Your logic is the opposite. I would have thought someone that has a temporary mum should be allowed to eat. How do I know someone that has a permanent mum? Not. I would have thought only someone with a permanent mum is allowed to eat. How do you know someone with a temporary mum is allowed to eat?
Why you would think from kol zachar, you wouldn't think that would be all inclusive? Why would you not think that would be all inclusive? I would think that would be all inclusive.
Yeah.
What makes you think that you're excluding somebody who's who? It's like you're saying it's an exclusion.
Right. Well, it's not an exclusion. It's saying that I'm including one more person. Each time it's including one more type, and it's adding one more thing. So, but the Gemara is asking, you would have included only someone that has a permanent mum, and you would have excluded someone that has a temporary.
Right.
What it should be the opposite. Temporary is not a real mum; it's temporary. The Gemara answers. So the Gemara Amar Ravashi Epach. Yeah, turn it around. It's a mistake. Turn it around. It's supposed to say, I would have thought only someone with a temporary mum. How do I know someone with a permanent mum? It says Kol Zachar. Ravashi Amar. Ravashi says, don't turn it around. It's necessary to do it like that. Because I could have thought, kitame. Just like someone that's tame. Which means, ma tame kamad leitar leyochel. When someone that's tame, I say, look, he's not tame for life. He's tame temporary. Why tame is he not allowed to eat? Because he's got to go to the mikveh and become pure. So let him go to the mikveh and become pure, and then he'll eat. So af hainami kamad lemisakin leyochel. Let this guy get healed, and then he'll come back. The kayan that has a permanent mum, who's going to feed him? He never has a chance. He doesn't own land. He's a kayan. He wasn't the portions of Israel. Where's he going to eat? He has to get a portion from the karbanas. So he doesn't stand a chance. He's never. So for him, we're going to say let him eat. But someone that's a balmum oiver, temporarily he doesn't have food. He'll find something. Go to the mikveh quickly and get this over with, and then you'll have something. So for him, we would have thought that maybe he's not allowed to divide. You hear it? It's a different logic. Okay, kol shein aroi. Anyone that's not fit to do the service, he does not get a portion. Now, this is the next quote of the Mishnah. When we learned the Mishnah, we asked, "V'loy varei balmum." What about the guy with the blemish? He doesn't do the service. D'loy roya la'avoda. He's not fit to do the service. V'chaylak. And he gets a portion to eat. He gets his division. It doesn't fit with the Mishnah. The Mishnah says a Balmum gets a portion, and then the next thing it says, anyone that's not fit to do the service doesn't get a portion. Vesu, and also, anyone that's not fit to do the service doesn't get a portion. Haroy Lavaida, that sounds like that anyone that is fit to do the service, Chaylik does get a portion. Harei Tamei bekarbanas tzibur. But what about someone that's Tamei? When it comes to communal sacrifices, if everyone is Tamei, the royal Lavaida, he is fit to do the service in one specific instance, Ve'ena Chaylik, and he still doesn't get a portion. So the Gemara says royal Achila Kamar. It doesn't mean fit to do the service, it means fit to eat. And since someone that's Tamei, even though he would be allowed to do the service if everyone was Tamei, but he wouldn't eat it, so we see that he's not fit to eat, so he doesn't get a portion. Gemara says very katan. What about a child? The royal Achila, he is fit to eat. Ve'ena Chaylik, but we don't give him a portion. He has to eat with his father or brothers. The Gemara says Halei Katani. You're not reading this right. What it says is that anyone that's not fit to do the service doesn't get a portion. It doesn't say anyone that's fit to do the service does get a portion. Or anyone that's fit to eat, because we switched it. Anyone that's fit to eat does get a portion. It doesn't say that. It only says it one way. And therefore, if you don't deduce anything from it, all we're going to know is anyone that's not fit to eat doesn't get a portion. Someone that is fit to eat, maybe does, maybe doesn't. Doesn't say anything. So now we have no kasha from a katan. So the Gemara says, Hashadas lahachi. Once you're resolving it by saying that it only says it one way, but you can't deduce the opposite from it. Li'olam kedam mikara. Now we can go back. We don't have to say fit to eat. We can go back to saying fit to do the service. And the katan doesn't do the service, and he doesn't get a portion. And he doesn't get a portion. Now, it's fit to do the service. What was our problem? Imishum tamei, he's not fit to do the service, he doesn't get a portion either. He eats the katan, there's no problem. But imishum tamei, but if we said that someone that's impure is fit to do the service, in certain instances, so he should get a portion. So tamei like tani, it doesn't say that the opposite, that fit to do the service gets a portion. It only says not fit doesn't.
Right.
We have one question. Not fit sounds like a balmum. Imishum balmum. Oh, that we can answer. Rachman or Rabbi. I have a special pasuk that includes that. So that's an exception, where a balmum does get a portion, even though he's not fit to do the service. That's a special pasuk. Okay. Even if he's tummy by the sprinkling of the blood, but then he goes to the mikveh, and when the fats are being burnt, he's pure. He still doesn't get a portion. Let's say the opposite. Let's say someone was pure when the blood of the sacrifice was being sprinkled. Then he touches something that's tummy. But while the fats are being burnt, he becomes tummy. Then he does get a portion. Our Mishnah is not like Abishol. The Tanya, so it was taught in a Bryce Abishol. Abishol says that you need to be tar by both. You need to be tamei from the zrika, and you need to be tar. Thank you. You need to be tar from the zrika, the sprinkling of the blood, until the burning of the fats. That's the opinion of Abishol. And according to our Mishnah, you only need to be tar by the sprinkling of the blood. Boy Ravashi asked the question, Nitma ben Tayim. Let's say he's tar by both.
By Zrika
and by the Zrika and by the burning of the fats. However, in the meantime, in between the Zrika, he becomes tamei. This is a question according to Abishol that says you need to be tar by both the Zrika. But what about in the middle? Mahu, what's the din? B'shas Rika, b'shas Aktara B'inan. He needs to be pure at the time of the sprinkling and the time of the burning. V'ha'ika, and he is. Oy Dilma, or maybe Ad Sheitar Mishas Rika V'shas Aktara Chalavim. Or do we take him literal that he says from the time until the time that means all the way through as well. Take it. The Gemara doesn't have an answer to that. We don't have clarity on Abba Shaul's opinion. Omar Rav. It says Rava. Omar Rav, it says. Hi Dina. The following halacha, Rabbi Elazar bar Reb Shimon Gamirna. We learned it from Rabbi Elazar bar Shimon, Damar bebeis hakisei, which he taught it while he was in the bathroom.
Nice.
I was going to ask you with a question. You think. Danta, you could learn. Okay, now this is sort of like a play. It's like writing a script for a play. But Tful Yom, the Tful Yom, I mean someone that went to the mikveh, and he's waiting to become pure. He shows up. Give me a portion of the mincha, of a carbon mincha, which is a meal offering, flour, and I want to eat it. Amalai, the other kayan that's there that wants the mincha for himself, it says, just as you have strength, you're a kayan. If you would bring your own chatas, you could bring it on your own. You don't need to come to the people that are standing in the Beis Hamikdash because that's their day, and have them bring it for you. You could bring that sacrifice on your own. However, but if there's a different, not a kohen that's bringing his own sacrifice, a Jew is bringing a sacrifice that's not a kohen, we would tell you that you can't eat from the chatas because you went to the mikveh but you didn't wait for evening. Someone that's tamei, sometimes he goes to the mikveh but he has to wait until evening before he can eat from it.
That's a Tful Yom, isn't it?
It's Tful Yom.
Okay.
So we were talking about the Tful Yom is there. He's trying to get a piece of a mincha. He says, "By a chatas, you have extra strength."
It's during the day. It's not. It's during the day.
It's during the day. He has to wait for the evening. Yeah.
Okay.
The kohen tells him, "You would have to wait for evening for a chatas, even though a chatas you could have brought on your own. You have extra strength for the chatas." So makam shehura koicha b'mincha. If you would bring your own mincha, you would have to burn the whole thing. Because so ein adin shadicha minchas Yisrael. For sure, I should be able to push you off from eating a minchas Yisrael.
Meaning that he shouldn't be allowed to.
He shouldn't get a portion.
So if it's kal v'chomer,
that's the kal v'chomer. Kal v'chomer.
Chatas, you have to wait till
by a chatas.
It has to be burned.
By a chatas, you don't get a portion. We know you don't get a portion from a carbon chatas because he has to wait till he's pure. You don't know about that by a mincha.
It gets until, in other words, until night.
Until night.
So if for sure he has to wait till tonight.
If
by the
chatas,
for chatas
sure, where he would be allowed to bring the whole chatas on his own normally, because he's a kohen. She's trying to say that you're a kohen, you have extra strength, but by a chatas of a Jew, you don't get a portion. Where a mincha, where your mincha would get burnt, you don't get anything. For sure, you don't get a portion of the mincha, because a kohen that brings a mincha, he doesn't get anything. So he'll respond back. Uma im dechisani michatas Yisrael. This that you push me off from a chatas Yisrael, from getting a portion. When a Jew brings a chatas, shekashem shiyafa kaichi kaf yoicha kaichacha. Why are you pushing me off from getting a chatas? Because you also have strength. Because you also get a chatas. You get it, and I don't get it. So you're pushing me off. But tadcheni mi mincha, you're going to push me off from a mincha. Shekashem shirakaychi kachur kaicha. You also don't get a portion of a mincha, because if you would bring your own mincha, it would get burnt. That's why we need a pasuk that says, the kohen that brings the mincha, he gets the portion. Go ahead and bring it, and then you can eat. That's sarcastic. That he tells the person that's tamei. He says, go try it. Let's see if you can do it. Okay. He says, tell me mechatas Yisrael vaychal. He says, give me a portion of a chatas. When the Torah kohen says, that just as in a place where I wouldn't get my own portion of my own mincha. Why? Because a kohen that brings a mincha gets burnt. But I'm able to push you off from getting a piece of a mincha if when a Jew brings it, where I should get my whole chatas if I would bring it myself. Do I not have extra strength? The Torah Kohen says to push you off from getting a portion of a chatas that a Jew brings. Amalei, he says, this that you push me off from a mincha that a Jew brings. You also don't have strength by a mincha. If you would bring your own mincha, it would get burnt. So tirchani mechatis Yisrael, you're going to push me off from mechatis Yisrael. This is the kohen that's tummy. If I could bring my own chatas and keep the whole thing, just like you can. So I have strength by a chatas. The kohen that brings it, he's the one that gets to eat. Go ahead and bring it. Sarcastically. It's tummy. You can't.
Right.
Give me the portion, the chest and the leg of a shlamim vaychel and eat it. This that you have strength by your chatas, but you push me away from a chatas Yisrael. I'm sorry, that you have to leave out. You don't have such strength by your shlamim. You only get the chest and the thigh. If I can push you off from a chatas, for sure I can push you off from the chest and the thigh. He says back, he says, you push me off from the chatas because you don't have strength to bring it home to your wife and children. But by your shlamim, I'm able to bring it home. The shlamim is not only eaten by the male kohenim, it's eaten by the family. So he's saying, I have extra strength here, give it to me. So
I'm sorry, Rabbi, chatas is only eaten by
male kohenim, not by the family. So the kohen that's tamei...
But mincha, anybody can eat it, right?
No, mincha is also only kohenim. But mincha and chatas we've already brought sukkim for.
I'm saying, when you say family?
Only kol zachar b'kohenim, only the male kohenim. He wants to bring it home. He says, I have extra strength, you should give me a portion, I can take this home. This is a shlamim. So he tells him back, the kohen that sprinkles the blood, go sprinkle it and eat. Go try it, see if you can do it. You can't do it, so you don't get. Yotzet Tful the Tful goes out. Kula v'chamur val reishay. He has a strength and he has a stringencies on his head. Oinen miyaminai. He has the oinen on his right side that doesn't get anything to eat either. Mechusik kapara, the guy that didn't bring his sacrifices, on his left side, and the three of them are standing there, and they don't get what they have. Okay, we have to stop. Sorry,
it's too bad because we
could finish to the Mishnah, but it's fine.